Hello. Welcome to the Magnet channel. This will be a short, I hope to be short, video on the basics of stud building, which is a way of building in Roblox Studio. It all relies on the classic surfaces that have been added to Roblox in the past. Those are going to be studs, welds, glue, and universal and similar things. For this video, I will be using F3X because it's the easiest way to get these surfaces, as it has a built-in tool about that. So I'll start with how to properly use them and not mess things up, because there are a few rules to stud building to make it look good. I'm going to demonstrate them with this stud right here. The first mistake that you can do is basically called stud burning, which is like covering the entire brick or stud or part with this surface or any similar surfaces. You can prevent this by just properly applying studs to the top of the brick and inlets to the bottom. The second mistake that is usually done is improper increments. For example, this. You'll see that it starts to look wrong, especially if it's done multiple times in a row. For example, if someone's making a bookshelf and they add a bunch of wrong increments like this, it's going to start looking weird. So you should probably avoid this. And this is about all, I'd say, that you should not do. I'll later give on an example of a stud build that I created, hopefully to demonstrate. Stud building also revolves around using the parts that Roblox gives you. That would be the wedge, the part, and anything that's shown here. Cylinder as well. Cylinder is quite useful. Another thing that is quite often used is the Roblox head. This is a more acceptable mesh that can be used in stud building, as most other meshes and models would be unallowed. Third rule, it is best that you stick rotations to 15 or 45 degrees, and nothing crazy like this. So, for example, something like this would work best, while this will look out of place. Now, actually stud building, when doing so, you should remember that when using a regular part, that there are 3 different types of a stud build part, and that is the plate, the stud, and the brick. The differences lie in the scale, specifically the vertical scale. A plate is a 0.4, a stud is a 1 size vertical, while a brick is a 1.2 sized vertical. With these, you'll be basically tracing all of your builds, and to make things easier for me, I did not follow this exactly. You can just scale as you want, though mostly following these rules of 0.2, 0.4, 1, and 1.2. So here is an example build that I created of a little gate with an avatar to scale. Here I use different types of surfaces, different types of parts to make it look better, but most importantly, I used, proper increments. For example, I believe this is a one-size increment, while here is 2.4s stacked on each other. Or to make things easier for me, this would be a 0.8. You see, if you want to that strictly follow the rules, it's going to be long, it's going to take a while, because you're going to be placing each stud by hand. While if you want to, do some pity on yourself, you're going to be doing something like this, which is taking the brick and scaling it to proportions that you want to have. And this cuts on time, this makes things easier, and is quite, simpler than, placing everything by hand. This is an example of stud burn. I'm going to put some examples here on the screen. Later I'm going to put some examples of other great builds that I found. But this is what you should avoid doing. It starts just to look weird because the same surface type is going to cover every part of the parts here. But this is a mistake that I see big developers and big games doing quite often if they wish to replicate the old style. And frankly, it looks horrible. So I urge you to stick and make things reasonable and make things, just keep it on the low. Don't cover everything in parts and surfaces, studs. Don't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my point across, but I kind of suck at explaining things. But that is my general basics video. I hope this helps because I spent quite a while on this. But it's also important to say that this is my first video using my voice. I don't know if I'll be using it much in the future, but I hope I will, as I find it quite hard to use my voice in videos like this. But in the future, more videos are going to have my voice, while some don't have it. I hope that's understandable. Thank you for watching this one.